Being a musician sucks. I mean, it's like the best thing, but it also does just suck. There's a lot of time that I spend thinking, and I'm sure a lot of other musicians relate to this. Like, I feel like I'm accepting a harder life in order to create and do this thing that I love. And that is so totally worth it. When I first started playing music, I, like a lot of people, just thought about the good things. Playing shows, making just loud noises with your friends, touring, going out to all these different cities, going into the studio to record the next hit song. And yeah, all of that stuff is amazing. But I was not told about the accounting, the emails, uh, the hard labor of lifting, having to become an electrician somewhat. There's just so much. The spreadsheets. Did I mention emails? Because there's a lot of emails. Just that magic I was talking about, it makes all those hard parts worth it. You can't just be a musician anymore. I just finished recording another YouTube video that I'm going to be chopping up into a bunch of clips. And this is not what I signed up for. I did not sign up for video editing. I did not sign up for having to care about numbers, but that's unfortunately the world that we live in. As musicians, we need to create content to feed these beasts. So hopefully someone not only goes to look at our profile, but goes to listen to our music, because that's ultimately why we're here. And I know a lot of people feel like they're spinning their wheels and they feel like the thing they have to do is not related to their music to get views. And that just is hard. I find it best not to think about it, but that's draining. That's not what I signed up for. I did not sign up for making sure that I have something the algorithm is going to like. I did not sign up for figuring out how meta ads work to get people to a playlist on Spotify that has my song on it. Spotify, which isn't going to pay me anyway for my music. It's like, why, what am I even doing here sometimes? Then when it comes to like the live stuff, that's a whole other thing. Trying to book a venue, find other bands, make sure that your band can make it that day, making sure that you're getting paid something, making sure just the whole host of things. If you're going to a different city, you have somewhere to stay, that you have somewhere to eat, that you're not going to go in the hole. And more than likely, you are. At every stop along the way, whether you're going on tour or going in the studio, you might be going in the hole. And that's okay. And then if you do a TikTok or something that you're proud of, and it feels like you spend all this time creating something for months and months only for it to be judged in 3 seconds while someone's sitting on the toilet. It's it's fruitless sometimes. And then there's the reality of all the money. Most of the musicians, they have another gig, they have another side income, they have a day job, or they're taking the gigs that they don't want to. It's a constant battle between the gigs you have to take and the gigs you want to take. I love playing drums through guitar pedals, but I can't get paid a bunch of money enough to live off of by doing that. I have to take wedding gigs and I have to work my day job as an accountant. And it just gets tiring, especially with that day job portion. It'll be, the night before you have to go to work and you have a gig, you're rocking and everyone loves it. It's crazy. People are coming up to you telling you how good you are. You wake up the next morning exhausted, still riding that high, but then you clock in and you're sitting at a desk at 8 a.m. and someone that is asking you about a report and you're like, that you don't even understand the magic that happened last night. And it's hard to explain that back and forth. It really can mess with your head. And it can really mess with your head now, especially with social media. it feels like we're constantly in competition with each other, because we make it look like we don't have the day job. We make it look like all we're doing is playing our instrument, because that is what we want to be doing, fake it till you make it. But it's to a point where it's starting to, I know it affects me sometimes, but it's got to affect other people. All this leads to like huge imposter syndrome and these moving goalposts where you don't even know what you're working towards anymore. It's hard to set a goal if it looks like someone is achieving it, or someone's done this cool thing that maybe in your mind surpasses your goal, even though it's totally right of what you're doing. It's left field. It's not even in the same ballpark. It might not even be the same game, but we place this competition on ourselves, and it's so draining. And sometimes it just does become hard to create. It's really important to create for the sake of creation. And this drums and pedals stuff, I've helped me really fall back in love with that. Really, really fall back in love with that. And the other reason why I love it is that it is uniquely mine. I mean, I'm now 34. I'm not the youngest guy in the band anymore. Now there's guys that are younger, better players, faster, way more technical than me, but that shouldn't detract from my love of what I have done for the last 20 years. Like, I'm not gonna just disregard my entire life, basically every choice I've made, just because someone might smoke me in a drum off. And I know I've been complaining a lot, but it is so totally worth it. Every single bit of it is worth it. It's hard to explain to people when they're like, just do something else. And it's like, no, I have to do this. Like, I feel called to do this. I get sad if I don't do this. If I don't have gigs, I get a little depressed. And little is very much an understatement. I love this thing. When you go into a studio and you record something and lay it down and you hear it back, and it's just like, I got the ideas out of my head onto this, and now it's here for the world. It's out there and in perpetuity, and I can make things with it. The collaboration aspect of getting to work with not only people within the music, on the music, but people in different art. I love being able to reach out to visual artists and say, hey, can you make this artwork look like this, because this is what I need for my next single. For example, this is all the art that Sydney Fable did for me for my last 3 singles, and it's amazing. And I love being able to support local artists. I love being able to jam with people on stage when I am making good money. That is the greatest feeling on the planet, to be able to make money doing what I love. Like, maybe I paid my electric and water and internet bill that month with gigs. Maybe I was able to pay all of that plus my rent with gigs in a month. Like, that is always such an amazing, amazing feeling. And it's just such a sense of accomplishment. And like, being on a stage, ooh, don't even get me started about being on a stage. Like, especially as the drummer, playing there, and you're just like playing the groove, and then look out into the crowd, everyone's moving in unison, and like, that is a crazy power that to have over all those people, and to be just bringing a smile to their face, and it's bringing a smile to yours, and you're like sharing in this secret language with all the people that you're working with on the stage. It's amazing. Everything that goes into every bit of music is so amazing. And I love being a part of every bit of it. So, all that being said, crazy people make music and are trying to make music forever. There's different levels of crazy. You might have a dentist or a doctor that plays acoustic guitar at night just for themselves, and like, that's great. And that's a level of sacrifice that they're taking as well. They're taking time out of their day. I myself am trying to pump drums through guitar pedals and play in 5 bands and do studio work and fill-in gigs. So I'm just losing my mind. And that's okay. I love it. It's hard to explain to people that don't know. I am sure there's like some dude in Massachusetts named Evan who's watching this, uh, who's like, oh, maybe I finally get it. Like, I'm glad you finally get it. I hope my parents do someday. Anyway, this has been this. Don't know if I'm going to do more talking head type things, but I enjoyed doing this one. So maybe I will. Go check out my other videos. Go check out my music. I'll link stuff in the description. And like and subscribe if you are not already. And love you guys.